Welcome, welcome, welcome
Here we are.
to another fun-filled episode of Tucker and the Beard.
Fun-filled.
What a
We're
week
back.
it has been. In case you've been away.
I know. I feel like we were just here,
But then
and not.
so much has happened between then and now.
So many things.
So, let's get this out of the way.
Where do we start?
In substitution for our typical ad run that we run at the beginning of this, because in that ad run, it usually says Tucker and the Beard is brought to you by our respective real estate careers.
I know. Big announcement.
Yeah. So today's episode is just brought to you by Tucker and the Beard, because we're taking over the world.
There it is.
We're expanding the Tucker and the Beard brand to encompass our respective real estate careers as well.
Just makes sense.
It really does.
And
so
it makes sense.
Wonder
for
Twins.
Form of a bucket of water.
Yeah. No, but it's something that just happened organically, happened naturally, and we're excited to be officially teaming up as we go forward.
Yes.
And into 2020. You might notice some of these.
We got some little bracelets here for everybody that can't see if they're listening to us, which we appreciate all of the support, and that is one of the things that drove us forward into making the organic, natural
making
decision
making that leap.
And here we are.
So, today's episode is brought to you by Tucker and the Beard.
By us.
Still us, but now us as more us.
Yes.
So, if you need to buy or sell a home,
call us.
Call us.
We'll
take care of you.
We do that thing.
Yeah. All right. So, enough of that.
Enough business. Now get to the other business.
Let's get to the other business, the business of entertainment.
It's been a week.
It has been. We saw a movie.
We did see a movie.
Big surprise.
I don't know if anybody's shocked by that, but we did. But we had some things kind of move around that I think that we need to address.
Yes.
We were originally not going to see the movie that we saw.
But instead we were supposed to see another movie.
That we didn't see. Because it was not available for us to see, much to our disappointment and chagrin. Yes, but we've made some alterations.
Made some programming adjustments.
So originally on our list of movies that we were going to go see was Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. That sort of came out this last week.
It did. It became available in theaters this week. However,
not where we are
in our
located.
sleepy little mountain town, it was not available on any of the 24 screens that are available to view movies on.
Which is one of those things where, we talked about it, and I understand it and don't understand it all at the same time.
Yeah.
Because Jay and Silent Bob are not one of those movies that people are, unless you're in that, view askew universe, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really know what it's all about, and it hasn't been they've been doing a different marketing thing with it.
Yes.
And so they're releasing it in certain theaters and everything. One of those theaters is not here. Not here. So we had to kind of make some alterations to our schedule, so to speak.
We are going to see the movie. And in fact, we're going to watch it
live. Not live.
No, it's not a play. It's a movie.
That would be cool, though.
But we're actually going to watch it with the stars of the movie.
Yeah, with
the director.
We got some tickets to go. We're going to be going down to Phoenix on December 5th.
Yeah.
And going to go watch it with the director.
With Jay and Silent Bob, with Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes.
Yeah, so that's going to be super cool. Really, really excited about that. So we're just going to put a pin in it, so to speak.
We're going to move that from this week to after this week.
Yeah, for a couple...
A month.
What? Yeah, like a month or so. Like $1.25 months. I don't know.
1.25 months. Anyway, so we went and saw Zombieland 2.
Double tap.
That's right. And boy, listen, as disappointed as I was that Jay and Silent Bob wasn't available for us to go see, because I am greatly anticipating this movie.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of that entire, I'll call it a series.
I've seen a couple. I'm pretty. No, I'm kidding. I'm
aware.
Yeah, but other people are like, wow, that beard guy is a huge Kevin Smith fan. I don't know about that.
I think that you're arguably a bigger Kevin Smith fan than I am. I have never seen Kevin Smith live, and you have seen him a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah, dose times.
So.
So yeah, no, I'm big fan of that and that whole series and him as a writer-director, and so I'm very anxious.
For the uninitiated, the series is a very loose terminology.
Yes, he's created a series of movies that happen to be in the same universe.
They're
connected.
They have unique stories containing the same characters.
Right. And he does he's a big comic book fan, so there's a lot of things for the fan service. But so we'll go see that on December 5th. That's exciting.
We're going to the Improv, right? Down to
the Comic Improv,
yeah. So that'll be. I've never watched a movie in a comedy club before, so
I haven't either. I kind of hoping that it's a little smaller and a little bit
think
close
so.
To.
Yeah, I think the whole thing doesn't have quite the seating that your typical movie theater has.
I don't know. I was right after.
Of course, we are going to see a movie at freaking 10 o'clock at night.
Man, I'm to that age.
I'm gonna have to nap that day.
Oh, I'm gonna have to take a big nap because normally I'm not.
That's about when I'm going to bed. Usually.
Oh yeah, I'm usually in bed going, okay, eyelids are getting heavy.
Yeah.
Knees are heavy.
Knees are weak.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. See, I'm so old I can't remember the Eminem verses.
But so we saw Zombieland 2 double tap today or tonight, not today, yesterday.
Yesterday being today.
Yeah, lasterday.
Lasterday.
And man, again, I was disappointed we couldn't go see Jay and Silent Bob, but this was great.
Oh, it was fantastic.
I enjoyed myself more at this movie than I have in a little while, actually.
Yeah, it was. I think I told you that, like I said, I guess we're getting right into it.
We don't have to.
But no, I was, yes. I guess stay tuned for the full thing. But yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised. Oh my gosh, it's one of those days. Surprised.
You don't speak good.
Not that good at all.
I don't talk too good.
Yeah, we'll get into that here in a little bit. We got a couple
full review coming in 10 or so minutes.
Stay tuned.
So let's jump into what I don't know, the new Hollywood bandwagon.
Yes.
Okay. For people who haven't put out or starred in movies that made billions of dollars recently, it seems to be quite popular to crap all over those movies recently.
Yeah, they like to bash those. That's the new cool thing to do.
Yeah,
all the cool kids are doing it. And when
I had an analogy I was going to use, but I'm deciding not to use it.
Yes, it's the new movement. Well,
it's the new movement where people, again, who haven't made amazing blockbuster movies that made billions of dollars, are calling out the Marvel Cinematic Universe and superhero movies in general, really. But
well, it's like the cool kids table. Like I didn't want to sit with you guys anyways.
Yeah,
that table's horrible.
When really all along, it's kind of been the MCU saying, you can't sit with us.
Yeah, we don't want you sitting with us.
It's a different type of movie. Yes. Francis Ford Coppola, by the way, is the newest addition to the ranks of the haters. And listen, has Francis Ford Coppola made amazing movies?
He has in the past.
Yes, he has.
It's been a minute or two since he's.
However, it's been a while. And while some of his films definitely are some of the greatest movies of all time, and some of my favorite movies of all time, Godfather 1 and Godfather 2, predominantly are my two favorites. Let's not forget, Mr. Coppola, that you made Godfather 3 as well.
Let's add that to your list.
Okay.
Well, I think it's just one of those things of people coming out and being like, that's not cinema. And I think that's just a really silly thing to say. Listen, no one asked me. No one in Hollywood, sent me an email or gave me a call asking what my opinion was. But I will agree with a surprising supporter of the Marvel thing. Well, surprise and not surprise, I guess. Natalie Portman came out, and I guess it makes sense because she's been in it. She's been in Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And she is set to star in Thor 4.
Love and Thunder.
As a pretty big character, she will be the next Thor, as it's being kind of...
Yeah, Lady Thor.
Lady Thor. But she had kind of not... Well, she was not in the Marvel movies for a little bit because she had said some things. Her disapproval of Marvel and everything. And not that she wasn't wrong in some cases, but it was a woman director that she was defending and everything, and so she had stopped being in Marvel movies for a while, but she's back, and she's actually one of the ones saying that there's different types of cinema.
Yes.
Which
and that's what I think is important to understand for all these people who, again, they feel the need to crap on something because it happens to be popular.
Right.
It's like, how did the hipster burn his mouth?
How?
He drank his single origin organic coffee before it was cool. Don't. So it's just this group of people, and there always has been, and I'm fairly confident there always will be, people out there who feel the need to just dump on something because it's popular.
Right, because
something is popular, it can't possibly be of tremendous value.
Right. Well, and it's like that. I don't know about you, so I mean, chime in, but I think it gave a voice, or it made something cool for a long time that made people that were interested in comic books and everything.
Yeah.
They were made to feel not cool for a very, very long time. Mm-hmm. They were the nerds, the dorks that were,
the comic book geeks, the dudes who sat in the corner of the lunchroom, reading their comic books instead of interacting with people.
They got picked on for a long time for liking something that wasn't cool, and then this is their moment.
Yeah,
that nerdy, dorky things are cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so when people are saying this and chiming in,
the resurgence of geek culture is what I refer to it as. There's just this. It's actually cool now to have abstract interests,
right? And
I think that's what irritates people.
Yeah, and I think when I see that these people are coming out and saying this isn't cinema and kind of bashing on it, it takes me to that point where I'm just like, just stop, because to me you're coming across like a bully because you don't think that it's cool. You're gonna try and pick on the people that think it's cool.
Yeah,
so
it kind of brings it almost full circle in a way.
Yeah, so stop bullying me, Jennifer Aniston.
Oh,
go back to your Central Perk and bring me my coffee.
Go back to making rom-coms because those are such compelling cinema.
But yeah, I mean, there's different.
Speaking of complaints,
did we get
temper tantrums?
Did we get one?
No, we don't.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
We don't get complaints.
You said temper tantrum, and I knew exactly what you were gonna say.
Jared Leto's not happy that they made Joker without him.
Yeah, he threw a little hissy fit. He tried to stop the movie from being made, and he's kind of getting some humble pie, so to speak, because it is doing very well in the box office.
$750 million.
Yeah, well, I read it's close to beating the record for the top selling rated R movie of all time, which is
currently Deadpool.
But then when I read into it, it was
another comic book film. Yeah, by the way,
$45 million away from having the #1 spot, and I'm like, okay, that's not like
Yeah,
but that's for movies. Feel like it'll probably get there.
Deadpool had a shock factor to it,
right?
In its own way. Joker definitely had some shock factors.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, but Deadpool had a shock factor that it was kind of the first
rated R,
and like openly and unabashedly rated R.
Wow, unabashedly.
Pulling out the $20 words today.
Fantastic. You have one of those little calendars that's like one word of the day.
Today was a bash. No, but it wanted to be rated R, and because it needed to be rated R, right, to really truly stay true to the source material.
Right. And that set the a new kind of standard, because right after that Logan, the last Wolverine movie, went rated R.
Another character that warrants it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Joker just does it for another reason, and that one was just
lots of crazy.
Listen, of the haunting clowns of the last kind of movies that we've watched, that's number one haunting clown movie. And that's beating
Joker
Pennywise
is scarier than
himself.
Pennywise.
Yeah, it was. Just in a different way.
Mostly because Pennywise can't exist.
Whoa, that was deep. That was Gotham deep.
Go there from time to time. New Watchmen series just premiered on HBO. I haven't had a chance to check it out.
Yeah, I'm kind of dragging my feet on it because I was never huge into the Watchmen actual comic book, and the movie was okay.
The original movie was just kind of okay.
Yeah, I'm probably going to catch some heat for that one because a lot of people really enjoyed that movie. It was a darker, grittier movie. It was okay. It
was in the same vein as the Dark Knight trilogy, but just before the Dark Knight trilogy.
Right.
And again, talking about things that set the stage and maybe allow other things to happen. Or not allow it, but you know what I mean? They pave a way for something like that.
Yeah.
It showed, because it did really well.
Yeah.
And, again, it wasn't...
Listen, I don't hate it.
To steal your line, it wasn't my cup of tea.
Right, exactly.
But a lot of people really enjoyed it. I'm actually going to check out the series, see what's going on.
Yeah, I need to... I've seen a couple little previews and stuff for it, and I'm like, okay, it's interesting, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I got some other shows that I'm...
Yeah. Oh,
wanting to.
So the wife and I finished rewatching Breaking Bad.
Fantastic. I haven't watched it for the first time yet.
And you should.
I will.
But again, there's a line, and I get that. There's a cue.
Right.
For our international friends. But then we watched El Camino.
Okay.
Which was, again, I didn't know exactly what to expect.
Right.
I thought it was going to be more of a, 10 years later type of a situation. No, it was 10 seconds later.
Right.
So it was literally like, we really needed to add a couple of episodes to the end of the last season of Breaking Bad, and we didn't.
Explain what happened.
So we can wrap up a storyline.
Right.
And then they went ahead and did that with this.
Yeah. It looks super good. I'm really into it of all the things that I have not seen. And I don't want to see El Camino without seeing Breaking Bad.
It will make zero sense.
Yeah, it makes zero sense, and it wouldn't be fair to that character, to that story. I'm sure if I just went into it and, hey, let me check out this whole thing. I don't need to watch the whole series. Yeah.
You wouldn't get it.
No, we got some other things. I'm going to try and sit down and rewatch the first season of Jack Ryan, because the
second season's coming out.
Second season's coming out here soon.
People sleep on that Amazon Prime, man.
It's so good.
But it's got some good stuff.
It's got some heavy hitters. So the Marvelous Miss Maisel, which we kind of got into, and the second season's going to be coming out for that too. So,
another piece of streaming news.
Stream it up.
If you happen to be a Verizon Wireless subscriber, not a sponsor, but
if you want, I mean,
we'll take your money. But no, if you happen to be a Verizon Wireless subscriber and you are on one of their unlimited plans, or switch to one of their unlimited plans, they are offering a year of Disney Plus for free.
What?
With that. And from what I've read so far, it actually will retroactively apply to people who have already pre-ordered the service.
Oh, all right.
So.
No, cool. I am not a Verizon.
You're not a Verizon subscriber. It's something that we talk about regularly.
No, but you're just like, it's obvious. You're not ever like, listen, I don't judge people, but
right.
In this
but
case,
I'm judging you.
Yeah.
Judging you.
Well, I'm going to sit there and drop the other news from last night.
Okay.
And I know you haven't seen it yet because that was one of the first things that I said to you today. The final Star Wars trailer for Rise of the Skywalker Episode 9 dropped last night during that foosball game, halftime.
It was
a big
sports
thing.
ball on TV yesterday.
That sports ball event.
Sports ball.
We're not showing our cards at all.
No.
Listen, when my kids walk in and be like, why are we watching football? Because Star
at some point there will be a Star Wars trailer.
Star Wars trailer.
Hey, it was good for business.
So yeah, no, that was on, and it was kind of a huge deal to me on multiple levels because listen, we come from a day and age where when we went to the movies, that's when we saw the trailers.
Yeah.
It wasn't getting online and
you had to go to the movies to see a trailer.
Yeah, like it wasn't a thing, which I miss that.
Sure.
I mean, the reason they're called trailers in the first place is because when they first came out, they followed the movie.
Yeah, they were at the end.
They were the trailer.
It was a trailer.
Which we're kind of getting back into waiting for things after the movies, but
true.
It was kind of a cool thing for me that it was like, even my wife was like, hey, I'm sure it's already, why are we watching the football game? Because I'm sure it's already online. It wasn't. Like, J.J. Abrams has brought it when it comes to secrecy.
Disney knows what they're doing when it comes to secrecy.
Like, and it is already kind of shut down the internet the next day, or right after, where it was all over the place. But it didn't get released early. It didn't get anything. That's when it...
So I'm assuming it's on the YouTubes now.
It is on the YouTubes now. It's all over the place.
And
it's on
let's just do something that we don't normally do.
Are we gonna? You're gonna play it now?
I'm gonna drop the trailer here in just a second.
Okay.
So that our viewers can enjoy it as well. And
check it. But yeah, I
literally just went to go to YouTube, by the way, and because of the joke that I play in my head, I went to YouTube's.com.
Oh, nice. You added the S?
I did.
The plural. So yeah, it was a big deal to me.
Send it to the internet.
Because I'm still dropping that line all the time, by the way. It's some Cobra Kai. I haven't even seen the show.
Oh, man. Send it to the internet.
But yeah, it was Johnny being like, send it to the internet. But no, this was a huge deal because this is... Star Wars is, I mean, when people ask me what my favorite movie is, it's just Star Wars. Like, this is all one story. This is all... but this is a huge deal because this is the last movie in the Skywalker saga, which has been 9 movies now. Plus
a bunch of TV shows.
Yeah, and this is the end of this storyline. There will be other Star Wars movies, but this is the one that's started it all, this whole story. So this was essentially the final trailer for this storyline, which is kind of emotional thing. And so it was and it looks really good. Looks really, really good.
Well, if you haven't seen it, it's going to play
on our page
right now.
It's an instinct. A feeling. The Force brought us together. We're not alone. Good people will fight if we lead them.
People keep telling me they know me. No one does.
But I do. What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir, at my friends.
Confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi. Your destiny. The Force will be with you.
Always.
All the feelings.
So many feelings.
All the feels. I'm excited about it, and I'm not even a huge Star Wars fan.
Saying goodbye to my friends.
Saying goodbye. It's like the last episode of The Office. I had a hard time with that one.
Yeah. It's just,
Or The Middle. Did you ever watch The Middle?
I did.
Oh, man.
We've had this conversation,
yeah. That was,
Listen, the older that I get, the more real the Middle TV show gets.
100%.
Like, I have each one of those kids where I'm like, okay.
All right.
There we go. Hopefully, my youngest being a brick.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're solo nesters. And the third kid's just like, hey, we're still here.
Hey.
Still.
Sup?
Do you forget about me? No.
Anyway.
Yes.
Let's jump in.
Let's do it.
Let's get to the movie review.
The meat and potatoes.
Let's double tap this.
Okay.
Because
listen, as the Dalai Lama would say, the double tap is a myth. You shoot until the threat's gone.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Listen, I think I started to say it before. Not that my bar was set very low going into this, but I was like, hey, I love the first one. The second movie, made me remember how much I enjoyed the first one. I haven't watched the first one in a while.
And,
so
talk about a movie that it was made 10 years ago.
Yeah.
The first one was.
Yeah.
And every time I watch it, I like it more because it's a fun take on a genre that often takes itself a little too seriously.
Yeah, you watch things like, not bashing The Walking Dead. We both enjoy The Walking Dead, but it is a serious... It's not lighthearted by any means.
No.
This is a lighthearted take on the zombie genre. And they do it really, really well. And I found myself laughing hysterically numerous times.
Oh, yeah.
And they introduced some characters that I think I leaned over and told you, I was like, listen, I know this is a fictional character.
But I hate this person more than I hate any person who actually lives.
Like, I hate this person. Which was it's not like I just hated a random character. They made you.
Yeah, they wanted you to hate this character.
It was the purpose.
Absolutely.
Which, by the trailers and everything, is a blonde mall girl that they introduced that is just...
Your stereotypical vapid blonde bimbo was this girl.
That's just really, to quote Woody Harrelson's character from it, that it's like, listen, she's survived because zombies eat brains.
That's right. Zombies eat brains, and that's why she's still around.
Yeah. Really, really good. But yeah, my bar was set,
relatively low in general.
Yeah, just because I was like, I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Like, it'll be good for what it is. But we're going in for a sequel that can, so I wasn't getting my hopes up.
Can muddy the waters a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Really, really good.
I said it earlier, but I'll say it again. I had more fun at this movie than I've had in a while.
Yeah.
We've kind of had a string of serious movies. I mean,
right.
Or just, kind of more intense action movies over the last several weeks.
Yeah, it's kind of been a little roller coaster.
And so it was really nice to get into a comedy that knows it's a comedy and owns every minute of it. I mean, there were jokes from the opening sequence.
It was a new fourth wall kind of break.
Yeah.
From the get-go. Well, and it was like, hey, welcome back. Mm-hmm. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been 10 years. Welcome back. And that was the cool thing, because it started right where...
Yeah, it picked up. And it just...
I mentioned this about El Camino, where I was like, oh, is it going to be 10 years later? No. It's, oh, that was the last scene of the last episode of Breaking Bad, and here's the first scene of El Camino. Right, and they're right next to each other. And this was that same thing.
This is like, hey, it's been 10 years.
Yeah. But it hasn't been 10 years. We're just rolling on.
Right.
So it was... But it got up and went.
Yeah.
From the moment...
Yeah, all the characters are back. They're not trying to...
Nope. They added some new ones, but there's no...
But they did it in a replacements.
There was
really
no
good way.
Substitutions, no refunds.
Yeah.
All good stuff.
Yeah, disclaimer, kind of like the first one, there are gory... Yeah. It's a zombie movie, so there's some goriness. Mm-hmm. I mean, compared to Rambo Last Blood, it's got nothing.
True.
Yeah, so I'm just going to keep on, just because they talk about violent movies lately, and I'm just like, listen, if anybody, no one said a word about Rambo. Rambo was the goriest movie that I've seen in a long time.
And yet, Joker's getting the heat for it.
Right, and that's tame.
Yeah.
In comparison.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I'm not
Rambo
saying
was Home Alone meets Saw.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. So, I'm kind of comparing everything to that this movie is gory. There's zombie killing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, in comparison to things, it was...
Again, it was so much fun. It's very... very R-rated, so don't bring your kids.
Yeah, language and action. Yeah. But the comedy on it is.
It was just so good.
Woody Harrelson needs to get an award.
So let's talk about Woody Harrelson for a second.
Let's talk.
And this is why one of the reasons that we were both excited about this. Usually sequels suck.
Yeah.
Or are at least not quite as good as their original counterparts.
Right. You go, hey, it wasn't bad, but I like the first one better.
Yeah. And that's something that, Mr. Harrelson doesn't do.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I think that maybe I'm digging right now, because I think there may have been one other exception, but I don't know. Because I know he was in one of the new Planet of the Apes films.
He was in the last one.
But I don't remember if he was in the one before that at all.
No.
So this may very well be the first sequel Woody Harrelson has starred in.
Wow.
As far as where he was in both of them. Again, Planet of the Apes, the one that he was in a sequel. But he wasn't in a sequel to one of his own movies.
Right. He
wasn't where he was the main character.
He was in the third, which was Rise, I think, of the Planet of the Apes. So he was the bad guy in that one.
War for the Planet of the Apes.
Okay. It's hard to keep track of those.
It is.
There's so many. Yeah, that was a really, really good movie. But yeah, he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Not at all.
And I'm not speaking this is an Oscar-winning kind of performance in Zombieland 2, but his comedy in this was
he's so funny,
and he brought some heart to it. There was some family kind of connections and some he
has been nominated for 3 Academy Awards.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm talking about the good job he did in this. I'm not going.
Listen, Academy, let's give Woody Harrelson what he deserves.
Some lifetime achievement.
Give him. No, just go for it. Just give him the nominee. Give him the nomination
for Zombieland. Double tap.
Sorry, Joaquin Phoenix.
Maybe next year.
But I mean, it was the timing. Everything about it was just a fun time at the movies.
Yeah. It
was well written, well put together.
Yeah. My wife said something to me really kind of poignant last night when she was like, how was the movie? And I was like, it was really, really good. And then she goes, listen, Emma Stone is like an Oscar-winning actress, like multiple times over. Like she's not gonna waste her time with a bad movie. And I was like,
again, she's won an Oscar.
I was like,
Woody Harrelson has been nominated for 3 Oscars.
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg has been nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah. And then Abigail Breslin, like she's been kind of gone for a while. Maybe not. Maybe she's.
But again, another Oscar-nominated actor.
Yeah.
So it should, I suppose we shouldn't be.
And Rosario Dawson shows up
quite
for this
so
one.
surprised.
Yeah.
Even Zoe Deutsch has won some awards. I mean, they're Teen Choice Awards, but again, the Vapid Blonde Bimbo.
Oh, okay. I was like, sorry, who?
Wait, huh?
What are you talking about?
But yeah, I mean, we've got Luke Wilson made a brief appearance.
Yeah.
That guy from the Verizon commercials.
I was like, stop it right now. It's Richard from Silicon Valley. And I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like,
final season of that. And again, nominated for a Primetime Emmy.
Yeah.
So we've got some heavy hitters doing a better job of being comedic actors
in a zombie movie.
Most comedic actors.
Yeah, in a zombie movie.
Yeah.
But they make things just really funny. They have their different names for the. I don't want to give anything away because it's really good.
Yeah.
But they come up with different names for the different types of zombies and everything like that. So, go see it if you have any interest in those movies. It's not.
Listen, I would say even if you don't.
Yeah.
Like, even if the zombie genre isn't your thing, this movie could be your thing.
Yeah, get over it knowing that there's some zombie killing and some...
Yeah, because it's a whole different thing. And, it's kind of like Shaun of the Dead.
Right.
In a way.
Yeah.
Where just a really well put together... that was more direct satire.
Right.
As where this was just...
Good
it wasn't
fun.
satire, it was just a funnier take on, again, a genre that I think sometimes takes itself a bit too seriously.
No, I thought it was excellent. I left very, very impressed and very happy that I'd gone and watched it. So
absolutely.
Go see that thing.
Well, I have to go continue my education.
Don't we all?
So.
Oh, actually.
Like actually continue my education. So we're gonna sign off.
Yeah. Go do that thing.
We hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks again for watching.
Thanks for
if you're
all the
on
support.
YouTube, like, comment, subscribe,
hit the button,
share the things, ring the bells, do all the stuff. We love you. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
And until next time, he's Tucker.
His Beard.
We are out.